liver cirrhosis or any kind of cirrhosis, which we talked about last time. I talked about the complications. You know, alcohol can cause the hepatitis C, all these autoimmune diseases, is because the liver processes estrogen. And remember, cholesterol is usually breaking down into bile salts, which is stored inside your gallbladder. Now, estrogen can get through, right? That's a big problem. It's a really serious problem because now you don't have estrogen. Estrogen is low. I'll just use E2. It's very low. I mean, it's actually very high, I meant to say, because it's not being processed and breaking because it's a steroid. Now, this estrogen is going to stimulate the breast tissue and cause hyperproliferation of your breast duct, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, you develop gynecomastia. Another problem is testicular atrophy, right? Testosterone. Basically, you need testosterone for your which is supposed to be produced by your testes. However, men develop low testosterone from having liver disease just because what? You need those binding hormones to carry the testosterone to the spot. Because it's a steroid. Remember, steroids are lipid soluble, not water soluble. They can't go into the bloodstream. So they need to bind to some kind of testosterone binding protein. Although they're produced by the Sertoli cells, but however, you still need a little bit of this proteins in the blood. And if they can't get to where they got to get to, you got a problem. Impotence, right? Pulmonary erythema. What is that? You look at the patient's hand. Literally, you look at the hand and it's red. It's not because, they're hot or anything. The problem is the estrogen. Estrogen causes vasodilatation. And all the arteries of the hands, literally vasodilated, you can see it really red. Another finding that you see in patients that have chronic liver failure is because they develop this thing called spider angiomas. And they have a central spot and kind of radiates out. It literally looks like a spider. I've seen it. It's pretty interesting when you see it. And this patient starts to develop it. It's literally, that's all coming from the estrogen. Now, another complication which we talked about, I kind of mentioned in the last video, was hemorrhoids. Right? The patient will be telling you, Doc, I go to the bathroom, when I take it, when I wipe, I see blood. And you do a rectal exam, you see this dilated, those are the inferior rectal veins. They literally dilate out just like you saw. It's the same pathophysiology. That's why you have to understand this anatomic point of view. That's where hemorrhoids are coming from. These veins can't drain back into the liver. It's tough. They can't. They try to do it, not just sit back down. Caput medusa. Basically, if it gets really bad enough, you might be able to see para-umbilical vein vasodilatation. And literally, you will be able to see right on their belly. You'll be able to see like this. They call it caput medusa because it's, it looks like the head of a medusa. And these veins are tortuous. It's literally, you can see it. It's a scary thing if you ever see this thing. So those are actually the classic signs of portal hypertension, just due to cirrhosis. I gave you the mnemonic A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H of things that actually can cause liver cirrhosis in the long run, right? Just check out one of the videos I made also. It kind of talked and hinted a little bit about that. But today we are focusing on portal hypertension and kind of like the side effects you're going to be able to see with liver dysfunction. Now, on my right, you have the mnemonic. Beautiful mnemonic. I'm just going to go through it because, sometimes students memorize things. I kind of hate memorization if you don't know, right? It sucks because you memorize it, you don't know why you memorize it, and you get pimped and you're like, oh man, I just forgot. So I'm just going to go down the list. It's called AC9H. I don't know if you can see this very clearly. A as in apple, C as in cat, 9 and H's. So the first one we talk about ascites already, so I'm not even going to waste time on that. Coagulopathy, right? The liver makes all your clotting factors. If the liver is damaged, you can't make any clotting factors. Guess what's going to be elevated? Your PT is going to be elevated, your PTT is going to be elevated, or your INR. That's what you expect to see. Hypoalbuminemia, right? I told you the liver's not working. If it's not working, you can't make albumin, right? You check the albumin, you do like, a BMP and a CBC, you check for liver function test, you run all these tests, and you check for albumin level, and lo and behold, it's low. Hyperammonemia, that's extremely important. That's another complication of portal hypertension. You know what? The ammonia level is high. I know I'm going to scare you right now, but remember, ammonia in the body comes from what? Proteins. Because you eat your little steak, chicken, everybody's excited. But what happens, I know this is going to drive you nuts, but do not worry about it. I don't want you to focus too much on this, but just real quick, remember this. This is amino acids. When your body metabolizes amino acid, it chops off this ammonium group and turns into ammonia. Literally, it used to rest for whatever it needs to use it for, and this ammonia has to be processed. It's a toxic substance. The body cannot use ammonia. So what the body does is shunts this ammonia, right? This ammonia is going to be shunt through what? The ammonium cycle, the urea cycle. Literally, ammonia has to go. Remember the whole, biochemical path, which I'm not going to go into, right? The carboxyl phosphate, that kind of, I know. It drives me crazy too, but yeah, it's medicine, right? If you got enough for boards. The ammonia now, since the liver can't do that, because that's where the urea is made. Remember, ammonia is processed into urea. Instead of making urea now, it backs up, and now the ammonia goes to the bloodstream. You measure the ammonia level, it's high. Ridiculous. It's crazy. But the problem is this ammonia can go to your brain. It goes to your brain, it messes you up. So we call that what? Hepatic encephalopathy. How do you know that? You literally go to the patient and you tell him, Mr. Whoever it is, let's call him John. Mr. John, I want you to stand up. They stand up and you tell them, put your hands up and just try to face me and just try to make a stop sign. And you know what they do? They do this. And you're like, Doc, I can't keep my hands up. That's called hysteresis, right? I'm just going to write that on the board just for people to see what that means. Hysteresis. These people are mentally confused. They're kind of making stuff up because the ammonia is going to their basal ganglia, it's going to the brain because it's diffusing, because it has nowhere to go. We treat that, basically you could give them lactulose. And lactulose, what actually does is the bacteria inside your gut, we actually convert lactulose into hydrogen ions. And these hydrogen ions can bind to the ammonia to form ammonium. And now you can basically poop it out. Pretty cool, right? Genius. Exactly. So, we've talked about that. That's another complication. There's something called hepatorenal syndrome, where actually the kidney doesn't get enough blood flow, right? Remember, this is going to cause hypertension. Like, this is hypertension. The fluid is getting out. If you start to lose intravascular fluid, what happens is your blood pressure can go down. If the blood pressure goes down, the kidney doesn't get anything. So your BUN, your creatinine will be elevated, and that's how and it can really be severe. Hypoglycemia. Surprise? I'm not. Guess what? The liver, that's its job. When you eat, remember, it stores your glucose as glycogen. It's because when it's working, you got to store it as glycogen. But when it's not working, it doesn't matter how much you eat. Because once you're done eating, you can't maintain your blood glucose anymore. Because remember, you wake up in the morning, you grab a cup of breakfast, you run out, and you don't eat something until like 7 in the evening. And you're like, I'm hungry a little bit. But this time, your liver is what's doing the job. Shutting that glucose, slowly converting that glycogen back into glucose. So you develop hypoglycemia, hyperbilirubin, right? High bilirubin. Where's that coming from? Realize this is all what the liver does for a living. I know, right? Sounds funny. Like, this guy must be really important. Yeah, it is. I hope you start to realize it's important, the liver. So, the liver processes bilirubin. The bilirubin is coming from what? Red blood cells. Breakdown of hemoglobin, right? The hemoglobin comes out, it's broken down to pieces. Bilirubin is the byproduct. I'm not going to go into the pathway. That would drive you crazy. But the bilirubin has to help on what? Albumin. Albumin is gone.
Hey,
Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you learned a lot. Are you studying for the USMLE Step 1 or Step 2? Are you studying for the NCLEX or you're currently in nursing school as a nursing student? Are you a PA student currently in school or studying for your PANCE exam? Or are you a nurse practitioner student or trying to take your NP board exam? Listen, I've got super awesome content for you. If you truly love this video and it simplified your learning process, I want you to check out my website below. I've listed all the list of exams, whether you're studying for any of this board exam, and all I want you to do is click on the link right now below so that you can take you directly to my website. For USMLE, just go to smashusmle.com. For NCLEX, go to crushnclex.com. And if you're studying for the PANCE exam, the nurse practitioner exam, or you're studying for your internal medicine board exam, just click below and it'll take you directly to ftplectures.com. Listen, I can't wait to help you. If you need to get in touch with me, just get to my website, you're able to reach me directly, and we can work together one-on-one. Listen, you're super awesome, and my goal here is to help your dream come true. If you want to be a doctor, want to be a nurse practitioner, a registered nurse, or physician assistant, I'm here to help you get to that next level. With your medical knowledge, let's save the world together. I love you guys. You guys are super awesome, and do not forget to click on the link below to be able to get to my website. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You guys have a great day. Let's go.